Hello, we are Kim Naru, Park Soyeon, and Choi Sung-yoon. Have you ever looked closely at bills? There are more cultural heritages hidden in the bills than we thought. Let's find it together.
This is a 1,001 bill. If you look at the right side of the bill, you can find a person. His name is Tae Hwang. He is a representative philosopher of Joseon, educator, and painter. In this bill, there is something about him. First, there is a building beside of Tae Hwang. This building is the study room of Sungkyunkwan. Sungkyunkwan is the best national educational institution of Joseon, and it was the representative educational institution of Joseon. People could enter the Sungkyunkwan after they passed the exam, like nowadays university. It is currently designated as treasure number 141, and now it is located in the Sungkyunkwan University. Next, there is a picture in the back of the bill. It was painted by Tae Hwang in 1746. This picture shows the scenery around his village where he stayed during his lifetime. The name of the picture means living in silence, sitting in the stream, after being removed from all powers.
Next is 5001. First, let's look at the front of 5001. To the right of the 5001 is Yulgok Ii, a scholar of the mid-Joseon period. Yulgok Ii is regarded as a great scholar. Master Ii was born in 1537. His father was a fourth state councilor and his mother, the accomplished artist and calligraphist. It is said that by the age of 7, he had finished his lessons in the Confucian classics and passed the civil service literary examination at the age of 13. Next to Yulgok Ii is Ojukan, the place where he was born. His mother dreamed of a black dragon entering the room the day she gave birth to him. Ojukan means a black bamboo, and you can see the bamboo behind the building. This time, let's look at the back of 5001. There is a picture on the back of the bill. This painting was painted by Shin Sa-imdang, the mother of Yulgok Ii. Shin Sa-imdang is one of the few female painters in the rigid atmosphere of Joseon society. Shin Sa-imdang is drawn for 5 million won. This painting is from a folding screen painted by Shin Sa-imdang. The names of the works are watermelon and the katydids, and coxcomb and the frog. The animals and plants in these paintings express people's wish for good luck.
This is the 10,001 bill. A person in this bill is King Sejong, the fourth king of the Joseon dynasty. King Sejong is considered one of the most important and great person and respected by people in Korea. The reason is that he tried to develop all the skills and knowledge such as agriculture, medicine, music, science, and religion that the people can enjoy in their daily lives. His representative achievement is inventing Hangul. In his left side, there is a picture. It is a picture that is always behind of the throne and always located behind of the king. It represents the king too. The sun, moon, pine trees, mountains, and water have its meaning. The sun means the king, and the moon means queen. Pine trees mean faithful officials, water means people of Joseon, and the mountains means the territory of Joseon. It always follows the king even he went out of the palace. And also, it was buried together when the king died. Upside of this picture, there is letter. It is an old form of Korean alphabet. King Sejong invented this letter. He invented Korean alphabet by referring to the image of the vocal organs. So it is a scientific letter. It is a paragraph of the first book that was written in Korean alphabet. And now look at the back side. There is something in the left side. In the past, that was an agricultural society. So people were sensitive to the climate. So King Sejong and his officials invented this thing. This invention was used to measure the position of the sun, moon, and planets. And it was very precise instruments that could be measured without manual operation. And there is a picture of the biggest astronomical telescope in the Korean in the bottom of right side. Finally, there is a picture behind the other instruments. This picture is an astronomical map. It is the oldest astronomical map in the world and made in 1395. It was first designated as a national treasure, as a scientific cultural asset in 1985.
Now, let's find out what's hidden inside 50,001. The person you see here is Shin Sa-im-dang, who was a famous female artist and also a mother of Yi. In the past, it was almost impossible for women to learn art. However, Shin Sa-im-dang could write poems and draw pictures as much as she wanted, thanks to her father who recognized her talent. She often surprised people because of her talent. When she was 7, she surprised her family by copying a picture drawn by a legendary artist. However, she was most talented in drawing nature, such as flowers, grapes, insects, and grass. Please look at the picture. It is an 8-panel folding screen, and flowers, grass, insects, and reptiles are embroidered in a black fabric. This folding screen is known to be Shin Sa-im-dang's work. It's also the most oldest embroidered folding screen that exists now. The next picture was also drawn by Shin Sa-im-dang. You can see grapes in the picture. Grapes represent kindness, so they were drawn by many noble men. Now, let's look at this picture more carefully. Each ball of grapes has different colors, as if not all the grapes have ripe yet. Also, the old branches were painted brightly, and the young and fresh branches were painted darkly. We can see how Shin Sa-im-dang was good at observation. She also painted grape leaves lightly and transparently, and then drew a vein of leaves with a fine line to make us feel the freshness of early summer grape leaves. You can also read the author's outstanding ability. Now let's move on to the back. 2 paintings are also hidden on this side. Let's look at the first painting. It is called The Moon and Plum Painting, painted by an artist who was famous for painting plum flowers well. If you look at the painting, you can see a plum tree standing straight, and the round moon on the background, and the plum blossoms hanging on the branches. This painting is unlike other plum paintings. It has a very unique features. In most plum paintings, the big stem is carved, and the branches are usually crooked above it. But in this painting, thick branches and twigs are straight, and the lower part of the tree was not drawn. Also, outline of the broken thick branches were left white without ink, and only faint outlines and dark spots were drawn around the branches. These kind of special features of this painting have caused a great influence on later Korean plum paintings and artists. Now, let's look at the last painting hidden inside 50,001. It is a masterpiece of Lee Jung, who was famous for drawing perfect bamboo paintings. The bamboo he painted was very nice, as if it were alive. Artists of the same era praised the naturalness and realism of his paintings. Some even commented that the painting was both realistic and mysterious.
Next, I'll give you a brief explanation of the coins as a bonus. There are many stories about rice drawn at 51. Some people think that it means let's eat well and live well by overcoming the poverty after the Korean War. But this is not the reason. International Food and Agriculture Organization FAO recommended the production of coins to commemorate World Food Day on October 16th. At that time, FAO was very satisfied with the coin.
When you look at 101 closely, you can see one general named Yi Sun-shin. Yi Sun-shin was born in 1545 and became a soldier in 32. In 1592, there was a big war between Korea and Japan, but Yi Sun-shin led this war to victory using various tactics and strategies. He made a ship called Turtle Ship, which was very helpful in winning the war. Turtle Ship moved fast and could afford more than 160 people. Also, it had cannons on front, back, and even on the side, so it could attack on any side. Lastly, it was covered with armor, so enemy could not get on the ship. He also used a new strategy called a crane with spread wings. He lured the enemy and surrounded them in a V shape, as if a crane spreaded wings. As a result, 42 boats were sunk and 17 were caught among 73 enemy boats. Unfortunately, he was killed in his last battle even though he had won. The battle ended the war, which had been going on for long years.
We found out about the cultural heritages hidden inside money. Now open your wallet and check the things you learned.